Coming up,
they have endured the burden of battle and have carried the wounds that guarantee us the right to gather publicly here right now.
the town remembers those that paid the ultimate sacrifice to defend our freedom. With the 4th of July quickly approaching, we'll tell you the different ways to help light the night in future years. Plus, time to don the cap and gown for our graduation edition of Around the Regional. We'll show you the top moments from the high school and university commencements. These stories and more coming up on the Bridgewater Review.
Thank you for watching this edition of the program. I'm Scott Olson.
And I'm Mary Evers. We begin this program by looking back at the Memorial Day ceremonies that took place around Bridgewater. For the first time in a few years, the rain held off and the sun shined down on the town that came out to remember those who have passed while fighting for our country and our freedom.
There was a large turnout in the Common as the speakers reminded those in attendance that freedom is never free.
They have endured the burden of battle and have carried the wounds that guarantee us the right to gather publicly here right now.
Today, on Memorial Day, we come together as every community around this country comes together in a more somber, not celebratory way to remember those who have given the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country so we can enjoy the freedoms that we have.
As we enjoy living in the land of the free and the home of the brave, we must continue to remind Americans that there is no freedom without bravery. And those we honor today were brave when it counted the most. Amid the war-torn decades we've endured, we can take great pride in these heroes. These men and women who believed they were just doing their duty. They had the strength when the situation demanded it, determination when everything felt lost, and devotion, courage, and patriotism when others looked to them for guidance. To be thankful that such brave men and women have lived, and to pay tribute to those heroic patriots who bravely rose up and fought for something greater than themselves, protecting a home to which they never returned. They sacrificed everything for the noblest of causes. It is up to you and me to carry their memory forward in an effort to repay a debt that can never truly be repaid.
We thank those that have served and are currently serving. Turning to other news, the town has released the FY20 budget, which the council approved at their meeting in May. The town's finance director, Tony Salmonte, presented the numbers to the council, including the amount that will be allocated for the BR School District. John Luck has more.
After months of work, the town released their budget for the upcoming fiscal year. The finance director told councilors that the total budget came to $58,683,973. Property taxes was a key source of funds for Bridgewater, with a little over $46,268,000 contributing to the budget. State and local receipts came in a little under $10 million. The big question during the budget process was what the BR School District would receive from Bridgewater. The answer to that was explained when Mr. Salmonte explained the general source of funds. The total general fund operating budget amounted to just under $26 million. The school operating and debt service budget added up to $31,863,626. The BR School District will receive $28,550,469 from Bridgewater. BR's excludable debt service came in a little under $1.8 million, and smaller totals went to other schools around southeastern Massachusetts that had students from Bridgewater. At the June 4th meeting, the council voted to add $135,329 to the district after there was new growth revenue added in. There was also another DPW employee added to the supplemental budget. The council approved that budget 7-0. 2 councilors were not at the meeting. For the Bridgewater Review, I'm John Luck.
It was a scary couple of hours for students at the high school and their parents. On May 29th, Bridgewater police were called to the high school after a couple of teachers overheard conversations between students that they thought may mention a gun in the high school. During that time, the fire alarm was pulled, prompting the immediate evacuation of the building. 2 K-9 officers searched the school for weapons, with nothing being found. Later in the day, BR Superintendent Derek Swinson and Bridgewater Police Chief Chris Del Monte held a press conference telling the reporters that they were talking to the students who might have been around the conversation. The superintendent also thanked the Bridgewater Police Department for their swift reaction to the incident. State Police, the Rainham Police Department, and BSU's Police Department also helped with the response. After the all-clear had been given, parents lined up outside the high school to dismiss their kids from school, with the lines, as you can see, stretching out the door. Nobody was hurt during this ordeal.
We brought you this story on the update a couple weeks ago. The beagle on your screen was found inside of an abandoned shed on Lakeside Drive. The shed was located where Beagle Club used to be, so it's unclear if she got stuck in the shed or left behind. 2 men were hiking in the area and heard crying and eventually found the dog. There was a rabbit food nearby, so according to animal control, she had a good weight and was brought in. It's still unclear how the beagle got into the shed, but she did get transferred to a Situate Humane for adoption and was still looking for a home.
The 2019 Bridgewater Police 5K is still a few months away, but the benefits of last year's race have been making their rounds around town. Cruiser is a puppy that came to Bridgewater as part of the America's Vet Dog program, which was the charity the race supported in 2018.
You may remember that the program has dogs trained by prisons and the outside public to assist veterans and first responders with disabilities. AJ Wales caught up with the BPD 5K race director Rebecca Kaler and Cruiser.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Kaler. I'm the race director for the Bridgewater Police 5K, and this is Cruiser. Last year was our 5th anniversary of the race, and we chose America's Vet Dogs as our beneficiary. My goal when we chose that was to raise enough money to name one of the puppies, which was a $6,000 minimum donation. We were able to meet that goal, and we selected the name Cruiser because of police cruisers. And when you're running down the road, you're cruising along. So this is the results of our community coming together to raise money for a service dog that is going to eventually go help a disabled veteran. We asked the foundation when we made the donation if he could come live at Old Colony and be raised in the community that funded him so that they could see how the money was being spent. The program actually at Old Colony started back in 2012, so we're on our 7th year, and Cruiser is the 6th dog that my family has worked with to raise. We want to share this journey and this story with you, and we want to get more people involved, and we of course want more people to come out and run with us in September. So I hope that this inspires you to do both of those things. We will have a Couch to 5K program that is completely free. It starts I think it's a Friday, July 6th this year, and you can follow this on Facebook. It'll be out on the residence page. It'll get you ready just in time to run the Bridgewater Police 5K. I hope to see you there.
You heard Rebecca mention the Couch to 5K program, and it will start on July 5th. The training for the race is free and open to all. For more information on the Couch to 5K or the road race in September, visit the group's Facebook page, Bridgewater Police 5K in 1 mile Kids Fun Run.
The Bridgewater Fire Department was recently recognized by their peers. On May 20th, Good Samaritan Medical Center held their 3rd annual EMS Stewards of the Community Awards ceremony in celebration of National EMS Week. The recognition was given to the department after their efforts in a serious motorcycle accident that happened last year. The team that responded to the scene focused on trying to comfort the patient that eventually did not survive the accident. Their efforts didn't go unnoticed, however, according to Marcela Marrero, president of Good Samaritan. She said the team's effort demonstrates an extraordinary dedication to the EMS profession. The care and comfort they provided for a patient during a very difficult time is a testament to the compassion that EMS partners bring to their jobs every day.
On May 11th, residents came out to help clean up Bridgewater at the annual town pickup. Volunteers for this event picked an area of the town to clean up, with Noonan Waste Services providing the equipment for the day, including the bright yellow shirts that you're looking at. During the cleanup effort, those that took part cleaned up not only trash but empty nip bottles as well. Some residents in town have been looking to add a deposit on the small bottles that litter the streets in town, and by the time the day ended, there were over 3 full buckets of empty nips. After the event, volunteers were treated to musical entertainment by the Chillers.
The 4th of July is right around the corner. The fundraising continues for what will be a busy day. John's back with more on how you can help the 4th of July committee raise money and what they have scheduled for the day.
Hard to believe, but we are less than a month away from the 4th of July. The parade, the Arts Fest, and the fireworks show is quickly approaching. Now, despite what many people may believe, the group that funds the nighttime festivities is not funded by the town, but rather by fundraising. The 4th of July Committee is holding fundraising nights coming up in June. The first takes place on June 19th at the Greyhound Tavern on Broad Street. From 4 p.m. to 1 a.m., 10% of the sales will go towards the 4th of July Committee. You can enjoy delicious food, there'll be raffles, and there'll be tickets available for the big push drawing to start the fireworks show. The very next night, Black Hat Brew Works will be donating 15% of the proceeds from the night. This is a great opportunity to stop by on a summer night for a local brew and to help out a great cause. And just 6 days later, the 99 Restaurant in Campus Plaza will hold a fundraising event from 5 to 9 p.m. Bring the voucher in and present it at your table, and 15% of your bill will go towards the 4th of July committee. Now, coming up on the 4th, the day gets started at 10 a.m. with the parade featuring fire trucks, floats, squirt guns, and much more. Over at the Quad at BSU, the Arts and Music Festival starts right after with a lot of activities and games with good food. Fried dough is my personal favorite. And down at Legion Field, the carnival will start off the nighttime activities. The night ends with one of the biggest pyrotechnic displays in Massachusetts coming up around 9:30. For more information on the Arts and Music Festival, visit bridgewater4th.com. And for more information on the rest of the day, including how you can start the fireworks show or buy t-shirts and hats, visit bridgewaterma4th.com. Scott and Mary, back to you.
And a true sign of summer here in Bridgewater, Music Alley kicked off another season of local music in Central Square. The concerts are free and take place every Thursday night starting at 5 p.m. next to the Old Town Hall. Looking at the upcoming schedule, on June 13th, Jillian Dawn kicks off the night, followed by Dwight and Nicole. June 20th starts off a set with Seth Goodby, and he's followed by Jay Saros. The month comes to a close with a performance by BSU alum Matt York, and the night comes to a close with a concert by Will Daly. Coming up, university and high school students walk across the stage as we bring you the graduation edition of Around the Regional.
Plus, high school students head to the World Championship to continue a long local tradition. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Germain, and I'm the district chairperson for the Diabetic Committee.
Hi, I'm Kathy Salem. I'm the district governor for Lions 33S district in Massachusetts, and also part of the committee.
Hi, and I'm Lion Bev Dillon, and I am on the Diabetes Committee as well.
The event that we're holding is a partnership with Lions from District 33S, parents of type 1 diabetic kids, friends of Lions, and most importantly, the type 1 diabetic kids. The name of our event is the Summers of Sunshine.
This event raises money for kids with type 1 diabetes, helping them to go to camp. It will take place at the Raynham Dog Track on June 15th. Entertainment will be provided by the fabulous Baja Brothers. We will once again have food with the Italian kitchen and homemade desserts, which will all be served from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. The event will run from 6 to 11 p.m. Tickets are $25.
How do you buy tickets, you ask? You can go to summersandsunshine.org or eventbrite.com, or send a check made out to District 33 Diabetes Camp in the memo, and be sure to add your email so we can send you confirmation. Send the checks, please, to Cheryl Germain, 165 Setauket Trail, Bridgewater, Mass. 02324. You will receive confirmation, and your tickets will be available that evening at the door.
How can you help? You could make a donation or become a sponsor. To do so, send your check to District 33S iMobile with a memo Diabetes Camp in the memo line. It is a 501c3 organization. You can send different levels of sponsorship. You could be a gold sponsor with a donation of $500, or a silver sponsor with a donation of $250, bronze for $125, or a supporter at $60. All the levels of sponsorship are available in the online flyer that you'll see at the end of the program.
You can also donate a gift basket or an item to raffle or a silent auction item. Please buy a ticket. That will help. All monies collected will support the event and provide camp scholarships to type 1 diabetic kids in District 33S. This district extends from Brockton all the way down to Provincetown. It encompasses most of southeastern Massachusetts. The cost of the camp is very expensive. Camp Jack and Asona is a day camp, and it's $190 per week. Camp Joslyn for boys and Clara Barton for girls is $1,495 per week. That's why these kids desperately need our help to provide scholarships.
These scholarships are given in memory of Lion Teresa Dunford from the Bridgewater Academy Lions, who was a member of the district cabinet and a pediatric nurse. Teresa has appropriately been appointed the guardian angel of the Diabetic Awareness Committee and will continue to honor her memory by fighting diabetes and putting a little sunshine in the lives of T1 kids this summer. Thank you.
Let's pack the track on June 15th. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you.
We all have the capacity to make the differences that our world needs, and that potential only grows stronger when we learn to come together.
But you will remember today not only because it's an important milestone in your life, but because you had to expend incredible effort over several years to earn it.
This is the beginning of a new and exciting chapter in your lives. You are a wonderful group of young men and women, and I am certain that you will go on to do wonderful things.
Now go out there and find your inspiration, find your motivation, and effectively and passionately lead. And when you're doing so, always take solace in knowing that no matter where your life or leadership journey may take you, that this is always your home.
We are ready.
Welcome back to Bridgewater Review, and we've reached the part of the program where we talk about the pomp and circumstance that surrounded the graduations at Bridgewater State and over at the Regional.
We start at the university where over 2,100 students received degrees for their majors, and those that spoke to the graduates told them that this is just the start for whatever life has in store.
John Luck has more on the big day on Boyd and Quad.
More than half of the students at Bridgewater State's graduation, the first in their families to graduate college. This was a feat that was also accomplished by Boston Mayor Marty Walsh and U.S. Senator from Massachusetts Edward Markey, who served as a keynote speakers for the two ceremonies held on May 18th. Walsh told graduates to let this moment of the day sink in and enjoy the moment because they deserve it. The Boston Mayor told students that their time at Bridgewater State has helped them prepare for whatever comes their way, and they should be proud of how they persevered through personal struggles to get to this point. Personal struggles stood in the way of Mayor Walsh growing up, sharing his story with the graduates. Walsh told graduates to continue chasing after their dreams and take chances.
You don't know where your dreams are going to take you, but it's your chance to follow them. Your time at Bridgewater State has helped you prepare for whatever comes your way. If you stay focused on your dream and continue to believe in yourself, there's nothing that you can't accomplish in life, even if everything doesn't go according to plan. Never settle for the status quo. Always push for what you want in life. Be active in pursuing your dreams and taking the chances that you need to achieve them. Know that you have courage and drive to achieve anything that you set your mind to.
Mayor Walsh was awarded an honorary degree, as was U.S. Senator from Massachusetts Edward Markey, who told graduates that this is the first step in starting the next stage of life, an opportunity that they have earned. The only question for the graduates is what they choose to do with their opportunities they've received from Bridgewater State.
You've made this huge investment. You have done the hard work. You have punched yourself a ticket to a world of opportunities because you are a Bridgewater State graduate. You get to choose. Some of you will join a startup business. Some of you will teach tomorrow's leaders in classrooms. You have the knowledge and the know-how with your Bridgewater State education. Your community, your country, and the world needs your leadership. You are Bridgewater State University graduates, and you will start to change the world today.
BSU President Fred Clark showed graduates a video made by a member of their class. Mark Goodwin made a special video thanking those that helped shape his college experience and point out some of the intricacies that made BSU a special time for the graduates. President Clark used some topical examples for the class of 2019, but the message was heard by all. This class was a group who was there for each other.
The motto of Bridgewater State University is not to be ministered unto, but to minister. This motto is important because it embodies the very expectations that we have of you as BSU graduates. But what does it mean? Well, it starts with something simple but fundamental: caring for and supporting each other. It's about being kind to one another. And I have witnessed you do this every single day on this campus. You studied together. You shared your HBO Go passwords. I think that's illegal. You held open the 10,000-pound doors of the DMF building. And you lifted each other up as often and whenever you needed to. Please take that kind spirit into the world.
Clark also gave the graduating class some advice to not sit on the sidelines, and that regardless of whatever issue faces them in the future, the university has given them the tools to make a difference.
You cannot make an impact by sitting still on the sidelines of apathy. There are big problems in the world today, and your generation is concerned about war and violence, inequality and lack of economic opportunity, climate change, and the destruction of the natural world. And you might think that these issues are too large for any one person to make an impact. And if you think that, you could not be more wrong. All of us can make a difference. All of us have a role to play, and all of us have a responsibility to play that role. As I have said, BSU has given you the power and the tools to make an impact and to make a difference. Change begins with you.
The university awarded a pair of Distinguished Service Awards during the day. Marquise Taylor received the award during the afternoon commencement. Taylor is the founder and CEO for Coaching for Change, which is a nonprofit organization that works to help low-income students of color to reach their full potential and to close the educational achievement gap through hands-on practical learning experiences. During the morning session, BSU Dean of College Education and Allied Studies Lisa Battalino was awarded the honor after her efforts of creating meaningful collaborations between the university and schools from around southeastern Massachusetts, including Brockton, Taunton, and New Bedford. During her 30 years of service to the university, Lisa served as the professor of special education and chairperson of the Department of Special Education and Communication Disorders. Dr. Battalino is set to retire coming up later on this year. For the Bridgewater Review, I'm John Luck.
At the regional, commencement took place outdoors for the first time in over a decade. But before the ceremony, there was a week of activities that led students to the football field where the Caps went flying. Brian Berard has more at the high school.
With 374 graduating members of the class of 2019, this year's class from Bridgewater Rainham was the largest class in school history. Even though this was the largest class, it was probably one of the most unique in terms of how it got to graduation. I thought that my class of 2008 had a story to tell when we had a rainy graduation, but the class of 2019 has a story of its own. Many senior activities are spread throughout the month of May, but the class of 2019 had what could be called Senior Week. On Tuesday, the seniors had what is now becoming a yearly tradition called Senior Stroll. This is where students from both Bridgewater and Rainham get to walk through the halls of their elementary and middle schools in their caps and gowns for one last hurrah down memory lane. This event is one of a kind for the seniors and even for the little ones who one day look to be in the seniors' shoes. Bridgewater students travel through the halls of the Williams School and now the Mitchell at the Middle, and also take a trip down by the old Mitchell School, while the Rainham students go through the halls of La Liberty and the Merrill School. After the event, the seniors have a good old-fashioned cookout as they begin to prepare for graduation. The next night, the National Honor Society seniors and others are honored on Scholarship Night. Class valedictorian Coda Chin and class salutatorian Jillian Kelly address their fellow scholarship award winners. These two events are normally part of the week leading up to graduation, but BR added a twist on a tradition the night before graduation. Now, every year, nearly every high school in the country holds a senior prom, but this year, BR wanted to do something a little extra special. For the first time, BR held what was called a senior sail, prom, but on the water in Boston Harbor. This move did come with some controversy as many students opposed the idea, while others embraced it. After the event was over, the seniors had the chance to partake in senior lock-in, which is exactly what it sounds like. Locked in the school until the early morning hours with your fellow seniors, reminiscing about the good days of high school. And then there was the icing on the cake, the commencement exercises of the class of 2019.
Welcome, graduating seniors, family, friends, faculty, and all of our distinguished guests to the graduation ceremonies for the class of 2019. This day brings to a close a very important chapter in the lives of a wonderful array of young men and women. Over the last 4 years, so many things have changed. You entered through these doors as young, meek, timid freshmen, yet you stand before me today, older, mature, more confident.
For the first time since 2007, BR held an outdoor graduation on the football field. Over 2,000 spectators took in the commencement on the turf field to watch their loved ones receive their diplomas. Congratulations to all the graduates, and we at BTV wish you nothing but the best of luck in your future endeavors. For Bridgewater Review, I'm Brian Berard.
Thanks, Brian. Over 300 graduates from the BR School District are set to take the next step in their academic futures. For some, it's college. For others, it may be starting their career right away. However, for 12 graduating students, the next step in their lives is service for the country they live in. BR School Committee member Jason Hammond, who is also an Air Force veteran, organized a special breakfast and award ceremony. Each student was given a certificate of appreciation from Akila Brito, veterans agent from the Rainham. Hammond told the Bridgewater Independent, to be an 18-year-old going to the military is a very difficult thing. If they know they have the support back home, it may make it easier for them. Each student received recognition during the commencement ceremony at the high school.
A Bridgewater resident accomplished quite the feat at his graduation. Paul LaFawn graduated from Providence College last month with a 4.0 GPA, which means he earned the equivalent of an A in all of his classes. LaFawn, who graduated at the top of his class at BR a few years ago, will enter a master's degree program at the University of Chicago for economics. He received offers from other schools including Brown, Columbia, Duke, BU, and more. Paul majored in quantitative economics at PC. Congrats to all the students graduating and taking the next step in their academic or career paths. You know, I did pretty well in high school, but a 4.0 even in college, that's pretty good. Congratulations, Paul. You did it.
Seriously, I was lucky to get a 3.0. That's insane. A group of students spent the year building a robot and competing with teams around the world. John Luck talked to the TJ Square Robotics team that is looking to continue the successful tradition that was started a long time ago.
3, 2, 1, go!
For the 24th season, the TJ Squared Robotics team brought their talents around the country. The team is comprised of 44 students from all 4 grades from Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School. Under the direction of coaches and head coach Liz Califf, the team has won numerous championships. This year, of course, featured championship aspirations, but to get there, the team had to face tough competition that started in its own building. For the second consecutive year, the team hosted the Southeast Mass New England districts. This served as a great opportunity for citizens of both Bridgewater and Rainham to come out and cheer the hometown team, and an opportunity for the team to show off their craft.
And so week 2 we host SE Mass at our high school, and it's really awesome because all different kids from our school volunteer to get community service hours, and then sometimes they come and take a picture with the robot for extra credit, and it is a great way to bring what our team does to our community because they don't travel to our competitions and see what we do. So for them to see our blue banners and then the competition of how we earn them, it really spreads it to our school and all of our families and friends.
The team finished second at the competition and 5th after a couple of competitions, placing them 5th out of 203 registered teams in New England. Next stop for TJ Squared was the district championships at WPI, followed by the World Championships in Detroit.
Overall, our team performed very well. We came back from kind of a difficult match at WPI. We came in, what place?
25th at the
25th place.
45th at WPI,
Yeah, 45th at WPI, so that was kind of tough for our team. However, we did come back for Worlds, which was ended at 25th.
The team takes part in a competition every year, and this year the competition was called Deep Space.
So last year was called Destination Deep Space, and so basically the field is 27 by 54 feet, and then there's 4 rockets on the field and then 2 cargo ships in the middle, and so there's 2 different game pieces this year. There's hatches and cargo, and so hatches are like flat discs and then cargos are like orange dodgeballs, and basically the robots have to put the hatches on to the rockets in the cargo ship to fill the holes. That way when we put the cargo in to get more points, they don't just roll out of the holes, and then at the end the robots can climb on the platform if they can to get more points.
TJ Squared right there to add cargo.
TJ Squared finished 25th at the World Championships in Detroit. However, for the students involved, there is much more to take from this experience than wins and losses.
And I thought it was a great experience getting to work on something yourself and see how something that you build comes to life, and actually seeing it on the field was one of the coolest things I've ever done, if not the coolest thing.
So before I joined the team, I had no clue what I wanted to do, but I thought I was going to be an accountant. And then I joined the team, and it totally influenced me to go into the STEM fields because I've learned so many life skills, from working together as a team to learning how to wire a robot, or going to competitions and meeting people and learning to socialize. The teams just helped me learn life skills.
So with me, it all started at the inaugural SE Mass event in 2017, where my family was like, hey, the high school's got a robot competition going on, let's go watch it. I originally going into it like many people, thought it was BattleBots, where the robots would fight and try to destroy each other. And when I saw there was actually an engineering challenge where you had a game, and in that game you had to do certain tasks, and it was all about winning a match, I got really hooked on it. When I entered high school in the fall of 2017, I was like, I'm joining this thing. I'm hooked. And I've been through with it ever since.
When I came into high school, my freshman year, I was very shy, didn't really know how to come out of my shell. But one thing I did know is that all the last year's trophies and trophies that we've collected throughout the 24 years that our team has been around, such as the blue banners and last year's robot, like the previous year's robot that we put on display, I joined my sophomore year and I became a member of the softwaring team, which always was a little bit small. My junior year, which is this year, I became captain. And overall, it was a great way for me to meet new friends, people from Detroit who, you would never usually meet on a normal basis, and getting to know all sorts of people from all around the world, as far as Sweden and Chile and South Africa. So that was something that really kept me hooked.
As TJ Squared competes every year, they have sponsors that help them out as the season rolls on.
All right, we'd just like to say thank you to our sponsors for their continued support, Johnson & Johnson Depew, Bridgewater State University, and Hardpack, and the continued support of Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School and our community. Thank you.
In May, BTV hosted a troop of Girl Scouts from Bridgewater at the studio. While here, they told us about the community service project they completed this year to raise awareness for homelessness.
We are Girl Scout Junior Troop 66133, and we are doing the Bronze Award. It is the highest award a junior can get.
Hi, I am Anna, and I am 11 years old.
Hello, I am Kaylin, and I am 11 years old.
Hi, I am Erin, and I am also 11 years old.
Hi, I'm Olivia, and I am 11 years old. We are all in the 5th grade.
For our award, we split up into different groups and picked our subject by brainstorming. Here are pictures of us using mind mapping as our brainstorming tool.
Our subject is homelessness. Brainstorming allowed us to generate a lot of ideas about the causes of homelessness.
We met with Suitman and Barbara from School on Wheels, two nonprofit organizations that help the homeless. At the end of both meetings, we decided that we would hold a drive for school supplies for the homeless kids and toiletries for adults.
We did research on homelessness by taking books out of the library. We made sure that the information was specific to our local community.
These are many reasons people become homeless. Here are a few: poverty, lack of affordable housing, mental illness, and substance addiction.
We also learned about homelessness in children. There are a lot of homeless families and children. Kids can find themselves in hotels, shelters, or on the streets because their families cannot afford homes. 1 in 50 children in the USA experiences homelessness each year. Some kids run away and are forced to live on the streets or in shelters. Homeless children struggle in school more than their peers because they start worrying about other things such as a lack of food or safe shelter.
How can you help this growing problem? Some ways you can help are: educate yourself about homelessness. You can organize a fundraiser at a school or a club to raise money and donate it to the homeless. You can make flyers about homelessness, people, and their needs. You can participate in food and clothing drives.
We set our goals to help homeless adults living on the streets and children living in shelters. Our vice principal agreed to support us by having a school and toiletry surprise drive. When we failed to meet our goal, we extended the drive and requested help from our community.
In summary, we educated the following steps. 1. Brainstorming ideas.
2. Interviewed experts to learn about problems and solutions. 3. Researched ideas.
4. Recruited support. 5. Implemented the plan.
Thank
you to Vice Principal of the Williams Intermediate School and everyone who donated to the drive.
With June beginning, we have finally reached the summertime. School will soon be out and the kids and parents alike will be outside enjoying some fun in the sun. Besides the element of fun, getting out into the sun can be beneficial to you in other ways. The vitamin D that your skin absorbs is very good for your health. Among other things, it protects against inflammation, lowers high blood pressure, helps muscles, and improves brain function. While these things are good for you, being out in the sun can also be harmful. A lot of sun exposure also means a lot of exposure to UVA and UVB rays that can cause early skin aging and sunburns respectively. To limit the damage done by these rays, it is important to remember to apply sunblock when getting ready to spend an extended time in the sun. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, you should be using waterproof 30 SPF sunblock or higher. With 30 SPF, you are protected from 96% of those rays. While the protection increases the higher the SPFs are, the increase is minimal. They also recommend that you apply sunblock 15 to 30 minutes before going out into the sun and then to reapply every 2 hours or after swimming. It is important to remember that regardless of your skin type, you should be applying sunblock. Even if you do not burn and normally tan, you can still be damaged in the long run.
May marked the 150th anniversary of the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. I traveled to Utah to attend an event straight out of the history books. May 10, 1869, marked the culmination of one of the greatest accomplishments of the 19th century with the driving of the Golden Spike and the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. The effects of this achievement are still felt today, with trains moving many of the goods we use on a day-to-day basis. To mark the 150th anniversary of the driving of the Golden Spike, the National Park Service held festivities at Promontory Point, Utah, the site where the spike was originally driven. Over 15,000 people were on hand to witness the event, which included speeches and a musical that described the tale of the building of the railroad. Dignitaries from Utah and Washington, including former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney, were on hand to take part in the festivities. The event culminated with an accurate reenactment of the driving of the Golden Spike.
D-O-N-E, done!
On the dates surrounding the anniversary, the Union Pacific Railroad held events of their own to help mark the occasion. The company, wanting to do something big in honor of the anniversary, restored the world's largest steam locomotive just in time to celebrate. Known as a Big Boy, the freshly restored locomotive accompanied their other legendary steam locomotive on a journey from Cheyenne, Wyoming to Ogden, Utah. Rail fans from all 50 states and as far away as China and New Zealand lined the tracks to witness the spectacle. The trip was highlighted in Ogden, with Union Pacific placing the two steam locomotives nose to nose to replicate the historical photograph from Promontory Point.
Coming up, we have your news and notes, including the return of a long-time tradition here in town.
Plus, Brian Berard has a look at sports, including a BSU athlete winning multiple national championships. We'll be right back.
At Boys and Girls Clubs, it's not just about trying new things.
Kitchen in my hometown.
It's not about learning the right steps or making contact.
5, 6, 7, 8.
It's not about exploring the future. It's about helping them build it. It's about taking steps to greatness, about making a connection. It's about proving every kid and teen has what it takes. It's about people in our clubs who bring out the greatness in every kid who enters our doors. It's not just about being on stage. It's about walking across it. Great futures start here, and here, and here.
What could possibly be better than winning a national championship? Well, how about two? Bridgewater State's J.C. Andrews did just that this year by winning the 60-meter indoor hurdles and the 100-meter outdoor hurdles. Andrews, a junior from Plymouth, never imagined winning one, let alone two national titles. In an interview with the Brockton Enterprise, she said, "It's a great accomplishment that I never thought I'd achieve. I'm so proud of myself. That is something no one else can take away from me. They can take all the school records and all the accolades, but this is something that's going to stick with me and Bridgewater throughout the rest of my life. I'm proud of myself for that." And this probably comes as no surprise as well. Andrews was also named an All-American and the MASCAC Outdoor Track Athlete of the Week. Congrats, JC, on the outstanding junior season. Staying at BSU, all three remaining spring sports teams made it to their respective MASCAC tournaments. The softball team shared the MASCAC regular season title with Framingham State this year with a conference record of 12 wins and 2 losses, but finished under 500 overall with a 20-21 record. Softball team would eventually go on to lose to Framingham in the MASCAC championship. Baseball team under first-year head coach Greg Zackerson finished 11-10 in MASCAC play and 17-22 overall, but went 1-2 in the MASCAC tournament. And the women's lacrosse team went 6-1 this season in the MASCAC and 12-5 overall, but they would fall to the eventual MASCAC champion Westfield State in the semifinal. But ending on a positive note from Bridgewater State, the men's outdoor track and field team did capture the 2019 MASCAC championship. Moving on to BR now, as the Trojans have had all 6 of their spring teams in the postseason. The baseball team squeezed into the South Sectional as the 14th and final seed with a 7-13 record and upset Natick in the first round of the tournament. The boys lacrosse team finished this year at 12-6, which is good enough for the 11th seed, and they'll travel to Duxbury for the first round. Both the girls and boys tennis teams got 9 wins on the season, but lost in the first round of the South Sectional. The girls lacrosse team earned the 14th seed with a 7-6 record, and they'll take on Needham in the first round of the South Sectional. And finally, the softball team finished the regular season with a 19-1 record, earning them the top overall seed in the South Sectional, and they'll host Attleboro in the first round of the Division I South Sectional. That's all for sports. I'm Brian Berard for the Bridgewater Review.
To your news and notes now. After 3 years, the Bridgewater Kids Road Race is back. Sunday, October 6th at 2 p.m., kids will race 1 mile at Bridgewater State University. Residents might have taken part in the race that was run from 1980 to 2015. It returns from children in town in grades K through 8. We'll have more info over the next couple of months, including how to sign up for the event.
Central Square Congregational Church will host its annual golf tournament. This year, the event takes place on Friday, June 21st in Lakeville at the Back 9 Club. The tournament serves as a fundraiser for the Bridgewater Food Pantry and supports costs for community outreach. The Golf Tournament Committee is asking for your support by signing up to play in the tournament or sponsor a hole for $100. Donate a raffle item, make a cash donation, and help spread the word to friends and family. For more information, call 508-697-6016 or email office@csccucc.com. To sign up for the golf tournament, visit www.csccucc.org/events.
This Barber will be at the library coming up on June 25th at 5 p.m. This is part of the library's Taste of Book Club meeting series. Barber has been a professional cook in the Boston area for over 25 years and will guide participants through a discussion and even share some of her cooking experiences. Following the discussion, Liz will demonstrate 2 recipes and there will be some samples available as well. Space is limited and registration is required. For more information or to sign up, call 508-697-3331. With your registration, you're asked to bring an item from the cookbook Barefoot Contessa Foolproof by Ina Garten, which is this month's selected cookbook.
That's all for this edition of the program.
In the meantime, you can stay up to date with the Bridgewater Now updates and weather with Jeff Fowler. You can also follow us on social media. The usernames are on your screen. I'm Scott Olson.
And I'm Mary Evers. Thanks for watching.